by Austin Bennett at the studios of Modern City Associates.
Alright, so today we're here with my boy Lil Elevate. We're going to do an interview on the podcast at Modern City Associates. For my first question, I want to ask you, how did you first get into music in general?
Well, for me, it was kind of more so like my family, they was already into music. So when I was coming up, they had me in ciphers at an early age as far as like Cool Edit, like different softwares that was around back in the days, I'd say like 10, 15 years ago. So honestly, just being around them when they were like 16, 17, they had me around them. So it was like I got to kind of get an experience for the lifestyle at an early age. So I was like, I was always very musically inclined within my family, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope. It was definitely dope. That's kind of how I got into music, actually, through my uncles, my father. They was doing it, feel me, at a young age. They was traveling, living the life. So as a young one coming up, I was seeing them in ciphers and just recording. It'd be like 8, 9 of them just all in the room, just kind of like flowing, throwing on instrumentals, going in. So as a kid, seeing that, it really inspired me to be like, all right, cool, like this is something I could maybe get into later on in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So running into that, I wanted to know who are your biggest influences in music and what are your favorite genres or artists?
Got you. So I would say for my inspirations, I would definitely have to say Trippie Redd. He was one of my first artists that I actually got into, and it's like ever since I listened to one of his first beginning tracks, it was Overweight. Feel me? And my brother had put me on, shout out to Lil Blizz, my little brother. He put me on a Trippie Redd, and then ever since then I've been hooked to his music, and that's what got me into more of like the emo rap lane.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cloud rap type vibe. So that's what kind of got me into it. I'm like, ooh, because it kind of resonated with my spirit. Like, oh, I always had like that emotional side to me where it was like, you know, being through a lot. And I would also say Juice WRLD, definitely. Yeah. He definitely inspired me. Yes, like the way he says what he be saying, like also what he says, but how he says it, like the way I hear his voice, the way he drags certain words, it helped me. Yeah, his freestyles are dope, so it really inspired me also to be able to like kind of revamp my style and use certain things from them and incorporate it into my own kind of way.
Yeah. So what are your favorite genres when it comes to rap and like because I see you you did what was it? It was like with the group Big Steppers and stuff. You were doing drill music and stuff. So what's your favorite type of genre you like to work with and actually pursue, you know what I'm saying?
Got you. So the genre that I like and I would actually love to pursue is like new age rap slash like emo rap slash like punk, like all of those kind of genres blended in would kind of make my sound like I love drums, guitars, like things of that acoustic vibe. So I feel like if I can bring that style of music, that would probably be what I would do. More so like a new age, emo, hip hop, like everything kind of blended in.
Because your music's very different.
Right. So like, I also freestyle. So like, I do punching. I'm like a punching artist. So whatever beat kind of registers with my spirit, whatever my soul kind of resonates with, I'd be like, all right, cool. I throw the beat in. And then I just let my mind wander, feel me? I might smoke a blunt. Whatever comes to my mind, it just goes.
Yeah, because you get on some crazy beats, man. Like some stuff that I've never heard.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very, I don't know the word for it. It's very, different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's not something that, you'll go on YouTube and just find and hear. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's making music, the exact same way as you.
Right, definitely.
So what are the biggest challenges you have as an up and coming rapper, and how do you get over them?
Got you. So a few of the challenges that I personally had to face, especially with my sound of music, it was like a lot of people didn't respect the sound. Like when I first started getting into music, I wasn't really doing melodic music. Shout out to my son Aura Bankroll, feel me? He helped me with artist development, he helped me be able to learn how to use my voice in a way to harmonize, and he opened me up to how to actually make melodic kind of music, feel me?
Yeah.
But I would say one of my biggest challenges is when I first started putting my music out there is dealing with the criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dealing with people saying, oh, this is trash, oh, I'm not really jacking this, oh, this and that. And it's like,
I'm making it for you.
Yeah, you kind of always expect things to be good, but it's like handling the people who don't respect, or not that they don't respect it, but everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like being able to take that and know, okay, using that as a way to fuel you to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I use.
Exactly.
I use that kind of energy to fuel me to really show, like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. We good. We flowing.
So, what message throughout your music are you trying to convey to your listeners, and what are you trying to make them feel? You know what I'm saying? Because your music is very, very flowy. It's very melodic, as you were saying. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you trying to make them feel?
Honestly, when I put music out, my message on what I'm trying to like convey and what I'm trying to get the fans to feel, I'm trying to heal. Like, so I've always been a natural born healer. I've always been someone who people come to for advice, come to for guidance. So I feel like what I can do is through the lens of how I live life, and since I've been through so many different circumstances and so much hardship, I'm able to express what I go through in a way that people can grasp it, and it's kind of like it will resonate, and it's like relevant to what people deal with on an everyday basis. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to see that there's hope. I'm trying to be that beacon of hope for people to know, like, yes, you know, life has its trials and tribulations, but that light at the end of the tunnel, you will make it through. Hence the whole elevate thing, hence the whole motivational aspect of what I try to do. Like, I try to be that beacon of hope for, you know, whoever's struggling, whoever feels like they're alone. You know, I just want to be that person there so they feel like they have someone who understands what they go through. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it makes you feel a sense of like, okay, I'm not alone. Okay, I can get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Totally, yeah. That's definitely a good message to portray, and a lot better than a lot of the messages that people are trying to portray through their music and get, you know, with the drill music and, you know, everything like that.
Right, and I understand with music, it helped me open up my vulnerability. So I always struggle with that coming up in life, like being vulnerable with my feelings. But what music helped me do, it helped me bring out that vulnerability where I can express myself and my inner deepest thoughts when I get on that mic and just let my brain wander. It's like it helps me even cope with expressing what I go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, my pain, my struggles, like the things that make me frustrated, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, what was the first track that you released, and what did that mean to you?
It's funny that you asked me that, because I was just going through a lot of my old videos that I had released in the past. Elevate was my first ever video, and I shot that video in Southside Park. I will never forget it. And I actually just went back and watched that video yesterday, and it was like, wow, to look at my younger self to where I am now. That song basically was the start of letting people know who I am, what I'm trying to bring to the game, and like my message of basically stamping my legacy of what it is I'm trying to bring to the game. You know what I'm saying? My style and my message. So it was like, to me, that was the perfect intro track I could have used to push myself out there, to get myself out there as an upcoming artist, to finally be exposed to that lifestyle. Like, okay, well, who is Elevate? And if there was a way I can have, you know, a song or a message to be able to help people get a feel, an idea for who I am, that song right there, I would definitely say was the perfect message and song to get myself out there as far as an upcoming artist.
Yeah, because I've been listening to you since you first came out, and a lot of the tracks that really stand out to me are Elevate, Forbes, PTG, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It has the right amount of lyricism and flow in it, you know?
Gotcha. And it's funny that you said, because a lot of people tell me that Forbes is definitely one of them ones where it's kind of like I was just on some punching, like the bars was just coming to me. And I honestly, I want to get back to that too. Like, as I'm starting to get more into development, because I'm even still developing as an artist, you know, music changes so much that it's like keeping up with the relevant sounds and just being present in the present moment to know what's going on, to be able to always revamp. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like keeping up with revamping, but also not losing what made
you don't want to lose yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of like why I even took a break for a little while, to kind of get back to who I was, you know, clear my mind, and then be able to get back into it with a fresh new energy, you know, revamp style.
Because a lot of people they'll copy styles that they hear that sound good and stuff like that, but pure music comes from not listening to any of those. You know what I'm saying? And just doing what sounds right to you. You know?
Right, exactly. And honestly, when it comes to beat selection, that's what helps me find beats, because I know what sound, but also it also depends on my mood, because you look through beats and you might hear something that's upbeat, might catch your vibe, and it just depends on your mood for that day. Like, you might be having an energetic vibe where you want to just might get on a drill song and just let that aggression out, but typically I'm calm and down to earth, so my kind of music that would honestly relate to me more is calm, spacey kind of music, because that's honestly my personality on a day-to-day basis. Like, I'm very chill and down to earth, like very mellow. So that's why my music kind of resonates with that more mellow, you know, airy kind of sound.
Yeah, I love the airiness to your music.
Yeah, bro, I love that shit, bro.
What role do your fans play in your success, and how do you keep connections with them?
Honestly, my fans and supporters, they played a huge role in my success and where I am today, because honestly, even when I wasn't dropping music, when I had took a break for a few years, it's when I would go outside and I would see my supporters and my fans, and they'd be like, you know what? Yo, your music's dope. Yo, keep doing your thing. And they would just give me these words of encouragement, these words of motivation that in the back of my mind, it always stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I'm so humble and down to earth that it's not a thing for me that it's like, oh, okay, it's to be expected. It's like, no, my supporters, when they tell me things like that, they make my day, and they honestly make me keep going. Like, they're yes, like, they help me just as much as my music is able, and whatever I can bring to the table is able to help them. So it's like, I would say it played a huge role in how I connect with them. Is like, if I post questions and answers, you know, when people could ask me questions, get more details on who I am, what I like, things like this help me connect more with my fans. Being on your podcast is helping me being able to express myself and have my fans and supporters get a better understanding of who Elevate is. Yeah,
exactly. All right, so we're going to take a interlude, and then we'll be back with a game for Elevate. All right, so we're back with Lil Elevate, and we're finna play a game. So all rappers, all artists, you know, they got questionable lyrics. And PGT, you say, I got a honey bun. What does that mean?
Yo, great question, by the way. Okay, so honey bun means like, it has many different connotations to it, but I'd be like, okay, when I said I have a honey bun, that's like a stack of cash. Like a honey bun, just like a stack, a wad of cash, like, a honey bun. So like, or in other meanings, it's like honey bun could be like my girl.
Bitch.
Yeah, literally,
exactly.
That's
what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I don't know. I make a lot of metaphors comparing to food. I noticed that too. So I don't know if I just be hungry because like I be smacked. But like, I compare a lot of things to food, literally, because it's good. Food be good.
All right, so I'm gonna say verse, and then I'm gonna say 3 rappers, and you're gonna guess who said that verse. You know what I'm saying? So the first one is about to cheat on my bitch with a motherfucking midget. And that is said by A, Playboy Cardi, B, Kodak Black, or C, Mexican OT. It's a hard one. It's a hard...
Playboy card?
Yeah.
Let's go!
Good check.
Playboy card, let's go.
I'm 50 Cent. I'm 50 Cent. I'm 50 Cent, bro. Was that said by A, 50 Cent, B, Eminem, or C, Baby Keem?
50 Cent?
No.
No!
Baby Keem.
Oh my God!
That shit's crazy.
That's crazy. Wow.
People were saying that they thought it was Baby Keem because it's such far off. I was thinking about changing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a good one. That threw me off. That was a good one.
My dick longer than a Martin Luther King speech. A, D. Watkins. I don't know if you know who that is. It's like a Florida rapper. He made Hellraiser back. It was like it was a blown up song back in the day. B, YNW Melly, or C, Ski Mask the Slump God.
Ski Mask?
The YNW Melly. That shit is wild that they said that.
Wow, I was thinking that, but it's like it was between them two.
Yeah.
I was either between YNW Melly or Ski Mask because they just don't care. Like they just say whatever's on their mind. Bro. That's the good thing about it.
My W Melly really doesn't care, but he murdered his friend.
His mind be running, man.
His mind is fucked.
Yeah.
It's Free Melly though.
Free Melly, I ain't gonna lie, Free Melly.
How you sit up mad, I ate her pussy, you got peed on. That shit is fucking crazy. A, Lil Durk, B, Juice WRLD, or C, Trippie Redd?
Lil Durk?
Yeah. That's a fucking wild verse.
Yo, free Schmirk, man.
Yeah.
Yo, free Durk. Definitely.
We're gonna run into spirituality because Elevate here is a very spiritual man and loves spirituality.
Definitely.
So, what sign are you, and what does that mean to you?
I am a Capricorn. I am the earth sign. I am the one who is in charge of the stability. I am the one who is the trees, part of the trees, the ground that we walk on, and things of that nature. What it means to me is determination, resiliency, and I would say prestige, like being very prestigious and longevity.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me. So like, we're all about the slow and steady wins the race kind of game. We understand that, we know where we're going. It might take longer, but we understand why it might take longer because the path is going to be one that once we get to where we're going, it will last the test of time.
Yeah.
Someone who I would say is a prime example of a staple for Capricorns is LeBron James, for example. He's also a Capricorn, and he's hitting 40 years old, still in the league, dunking, still averaging 30 points a game almost, like literally at the age of 40. And he's been in the NBA for so long. So to me, that would be like a prime example of Capricorns at their highest potential.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Capricorns use that as an example because I never really hear about the signs of celebrities and stuff, but I definitely have heard LeBron James being a Capricorn.
Yeah, and it makes so much sense on like the way his career has so much longevity and how he put in so much dedication to his craft. And I would say that's what makes us so unique within our sign is that we understand what it's going to take and we do it, and we understand the dedication, and I would say just the prestige, and we always want to be at the top of our game. Another thing is that's special about us is that we don't care to rock alone. So if it has to be us against the world, we don't care to do that. Yeah, like we're gonna do that. Feel me? Us against the world, because we understand like we're gonna climb to the top of that mountain. You know what I'm saying? No matter how tough, no matter how hard it is to get there, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So what first drew you to spirituality, and why?
Honestly, what made me get into spirituality, I was at a low point in my life. I hit a tower moment, and it made me go in a downward spiral downhill, and I was at the point where I really didn't know where to go. Feel me? I was like, okay, I was in a very low point in my life, very low vibration. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to feel like this any longer. So I'm like, I just started going within, you know. I asked God for certain signs. I asked him for help, for clarity, for guidance, to help guide me back into an upward trajectory and help me figure out what was going on. So I feel like the tower moment I had and going down that downward spiral, it made me it was the catalyst for that made me want to spiral up into a upward direction. And I would definitely say God helped me do just that, man.
Yeah, so. Now, can I have your definition of God? Because we were talking about it the other day, and a lot of these people may not know what you're talking about when it comes to God, but we share a very same perspective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so my take on God is like, I feel like everyone has their own personal God that is there to help assist them along, you know, everyone's personal journey. What I do is when I'm alone or when I'm just, you know, just daydreaming, visualizing, I actually have conversations with this being that, you know, it's not one that you see, but the thing is, my perception of God is he does things in subtle ways. So it's more so about how you are open to receive the messages that he's trying to give you. And I feel like once you open your mind and open yourself up to getting the messages that he's trying to give you, then it starts to open up your mind and you'll start to see little coincidences that just accurate that it just couldn't be a coincidence. Like, and that's when I started realizing, like, okay, this invisible force is real. Like, it is real. Like, I started asking for certain confirmations, and then once I started paying attention to detail and being open to the subtle things that he do, then I started realizing, like, okay, the way he places things, the way he does things in divine timing, the way certain things just miraculously happen in your favor, that to where you don't realize until afterward, like, wow, I understand why that happened. The more I started opening up my mind to that, the more I started realizing how real he actually is.
Yeah. So you think it's a being, you know what I'm saying, but you can't individually put a face on it.
Right.
So the monks believe that the spiritual being is actually inside of us. We are our own God, and that's what I kind of believe. But I try and put a face on it, so I call it Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, the Jamaican God. But I truly believe it's more of a presence inside of us than it is outside of our own being.
Yes, now that you say that, that actually makes a lot of sense, because I too feel like there is something inside of you that once you start to unlock inside of you, you start to realize certain things, and then your life actually starts to unlock for you as well. Like you said, I definitely truly believe that there is something inside of us that unlocks, and like that spark happens, and then, you know, you just start seeing life through a whole different perspective, and then the God that's within you starts flowing through you.
Yeah.
And then it starts guiding you to things that, you know, you truly be wanting and desiring. And then next thing you know, you in all these different places and doing all these cool things, and to where you don't even know how it happened. Like, you you know, it's profound. It's not really something your mind can even wrap around. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not supposed to be, you know, pinpoint, like, what is it? It's just something that's just beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So is there any like spiritual practices or traditions you use on a daily? Because I know Skrilla, he believes in paganism, and he does sacrifices, stuff like that, actual full I forgot the word for it. Like traditions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He does full sacrifice and everything. So is there anything that you do to keep your spiritualness in bound?
Yes, definitely. So actually, I have a routine. When I get up in the morning, the first things first, I thank God for waking me up. I I'd be like, thank you, God, for waking me up today to be able to continue this journey going. So I show him his grace when I wake up. And then after that, I get into some meditation. So I do yoga. I do like meditation yoga where I put on whatever meditation it is. It could be whatever, anyone. And then I do about 20 to 25 minutes of stretching, yoga, because I noticed that stretching really helps your body function better. Like your muscles be tight.
Eating well.
Sleep. Yes.
Drinking lots of water.
Yes, drinking lots of water, staying
Shit will
hydrated.
drive you crazy, man. Not drinking water and shit. That shit will deplete your body of everything.
Literally, bro. So definitely staying hydrated, making sure I drink water. I have crystals that they all bring different energies to your life. So once I started getting into crystals, I have like crystals set up around my room, like in certain areas where that helps kind of like radiate certain energies and keep your aura of your energy cleansed. You know what I'm saying? I work out, so after I do my meditation, I hit some workouts. I started with like sets of 15, up to sets of reps. I started with reps of 15, sets of 3, and then now I'm up to 45 reps.
Holy shit.
So it's been like throughout these past few months, I just been kind of conditioning myself for this lifestyle, because I understand this lifestyle is not easy. Like you have to be ready to wake up early. You have to be ready to performing takes energy. It takes endurance. Like, so working out and keeping yourself fit, like you said, eating healthy. I take walks. I make sure I take daily walks. That helps keep my mind calm. It helps me clear my thoughts. It helps me do things of that nature when I feel overwhelmed. And then I intake a lot of positive things. Like when I am on my phone, I intake a lot of positive affirmations. Like, and that's another thing I do. I have like a bunch of affirmations that I say 5 times
Just being
a day.
surrounded by positive.
Yeah, so I noticed that when you train your mind to think positive, when you speak highly over yourself, I noticed that what you project is what comes back onto you. So the more you intake positive things, the more you project positive energy onto yourself, and the more that you just keep your energy levels high, I know that you attract that same energy back. The
same exact energy.
Right.
All right, moving on to the next question. How do you navigate spiritual growth alongside challenges and setbacks in life?
Beautiful question. So how I do that is, one lesson, shout out to my Mama Love. I love you, Mama Love. She helped me be able to transmute energy. So what that is like, life is like a frequency. It has its ups and downs, and like different things affect your mood. They try to tug on your mood. So when I do find myself getting into a mood where my vibrational levels, I feel like, might be low, I instantly transmute the energy. Like I release it. Like I say, any energy that is not in my greatest good, I release. And I say that about 5 times. And then it helps me just easily, fast transmute that off. Yes, ground me and help me, transmute that energy off of me. Because I understand its vices and certain things that are put in this plane to purposely challenge you to see if you are going to feed into the negativity. Yeah. So I feel like sharpening your mind, meditating, keeping your mind as calm as possible helps you navigate to keep your emotions in balance. Yeah. So in doing so, you won't get mad at things, or you won't get angry at things, because you understand and you'll be able to see it for what it is. So you then know, like, okay, this person or whatever this is purposely trying to, get a reaction out of me. Exactly. So then you learn to not give them the reaction that they're looking for. Hence the whole criticism thing. Like, you start to learn that any of that doesn't really affect nor change nor define who you are. You know what I'm saying?
So what does grounding mean to you? Because a lot of people might differentiate the definition of it. Because when I think of it, I think of being myself and being able to be myself with no anxiety, no nothing, holding me down, holding me away from anything that I need to accomplish. You know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely. And that's funny that you asked that, because I actually went through the word yesterday, and I'm like, the thing is, when people say you're grounded, it's like that connotation of that is usually people made it into a punishment almost. Like when you were grounded as a kid, it's like you look at that as, oh my God, I'm being punished, like a bad thing.
Yeah.
So the thing is, as I got older, I came to realize, like, no, you get grounded because, to me, how I get grounded as being an earth sign, like I was explaining to you, I have to go tap into the nature. So I touch trees. Yeah. So now when I go on my walks, I go, and because it's cold right now, so like my actual feet can't be on the ground. Yeah. I use my hands. So now when I walk, I go touch trees, and I'll be like, thank you for your beautiful downloads today, tree. And I talk to the nature, and I really connect with the nature. And ever since I started doing that, that's what's been helping me get rooted back to who I am. And it started coming back to me. Like, then what happens is you start to remember things from your childhood. Like, I started getting a lot of nostalgia moments, like, afterwards.
Definitely.
Like, so it really helped me figure out and remember what it is I'm supposed to be doing, my soul's purpose. It helped me remember who I always was, and it helped me remember the essence of what was making me the beautiful person that I am today. And that's definitely one of the practices I do. I would recommend, when you go outside, talk to the trees, touch the trees, like talk to the animals, appreciate the nature, be grateful for what the air does, for what the water does, for what the sun does. You know what I'm saying? And I think once I started practicing gratitude, that's been the main thing that helped me shape my life for the better. It's being grateful just for what I have.
Yeah, you just gotta be grateful for everything you have. And
yes. Bro.
Going back to you gotta be grateful, but you also have to have moral standings.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And truly, what is watching over you, inside of you, whatever, it will show throughout what is given to you and what you received from. Doing those things.
Doing those things. Yes, exactly. So if you're putting good out in the world, you're going to get that good reciprocated back to you. And this is the whole moral things. And like you said, once you know your moral compass is aligned, then you're on your path. You're on your path.
How does you knowing that there is a greater being than us, how does that translate into your life? And how do you... How do you live your life on the... Hold on, let me think about how to phrase this. How does the thought of a higher being, how does that change your life, and how does that make your life different from others that don't realize that?
Actually, great question. So ever since I started getting more into my spirituality and this being that's within us started to unlock, it just made me feel a sense of peacefulness and a sense of purpose and a sense of knowing that my trajectory and where I'm going is set in stone, like it's fated to happen. So that it actually gave me this enthusiasm, this optimism, this hope, this faith, all things that are high vibrational, that just gave me a confirmation to know that what I'm doing now, even being on your podcast right now, is all the steps needed to be taken to get me where I need to go. And I think just knowing that you have that guide within you and that being beside you that's making sure that you do the things you need to do and making sure that you will accomplish the things you need to do when you put the trust and the faith into it. And it just gave me that sense of trust and faith and purpose in life. Like you were saying, it really gave me a sense of direction and purpose that what I'm doing is not in vain. What I'm doing makes sense, and what I'm doing will get me to where I see myself in the future.
Definitely. When I first started realizing there was a higher being and everything, it was through getting money or whatever I needed, because I had problems growing up and I needed the money, and whenever I would ask for the money, I would be given it throughout a course of time, or I would I would run into something that would make me that money, and it really showed me that something definitely has to be watching over me, because it's unexpected changes in your life that you're like, what is even happening?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. And that's the divine, profound thing about it. Like you said, it's the unexpected things. It's the fluidity. And the more I got grounded and actually understood, like, water, the way water flows, it showed me the way you should have that fluidity to you, because life is like that. Life is constantly changing. Life is constantly moving. And it's like, you don't want to go against the current. You want to flow with the current, so that way you're not going against and, you know, hitting these roadblocks. And I understand that when you go against certain forces, you know, that's when you start to hit roadblocks, and that's when it kind of makes it seem like, or you feel like your life is harder than it should be. And I realized, tapping into nature and getting grounded, that, you know, the flow of water, the way animals just are tapped in with nature, and it's like, the way, like you said, this higher being is watching over us. It's like, it always wants us to be at our highest potential, but it wants us to know that. It's like, you have to know that, though, and I think that's what unlocks in you.
And you definitely have to work towards it.
Yes, and you definitely have to.
You're not going to just be spiritual and lazy, and it's going to work out for you. Like, you definitely have to work towards it. You definitely have to put in hours towards whatever you're doing, and just keep up the moral construct, like I keep saying. But, like, that's the main thing, is just being true to your morals and not doing stuff outside of them.
Yes. And
for whatever it is, like money, anything. If you keep up that moral construct through anything that you do, no matter if a negative thing is going to offer you more, don't do it. Just keep to your morals, and, you know.
Right, definitely. And that you say that, to piggyback off of what you said, that is 100% true, because it's like, even for me, I was working at Amazon, you know. Shout out to Amazon. Definitely grateful and appreciative for the opportunity and the time I spent there. But it's
they're
like,
a good company.
Right. And I actually appreciate the whole message behind it. Like, smiling and prime and peak. And that's how the messaging behind that is beautiful. And I had beautiful relationships there. I would definitely say that. But like you said, morally, I had to know that, okay, that's not what I want to do. So me showing up there to do that for the money is going against morally what I truly know I want to do.
Yeah.
And then I had to realize that, like, these are the things I want to do. So morally, this is what's helping me. And it's not even about the money right now. Feel me? It's about just doing what you love to do. And I think that is the biggest thing with your career, and when you're pursuing a passion of yours, it's like, it's never about the money.
Exactly.
You always find a way to do it regardless, like, regardless of if, you know, you get the claps, regardless of if people are seeing what you are doing right away. And that's kind of what I dealt with too in my career. A lot of people didn't see the conditioning of what I had to do, but this helps them be able to see that, which is why this platform is so beautiful, because this helps people see the seeds that you
really are.
Yes, before they sprout out. You know what I'm saying? These are the roots that you, and the seeds that you plant. You know.
Okay, so we go wrap it up. Is there any art or tracks or anything that you're going to put out soon that you want to talk about?
Honestly, we got High Tide on the way.
Yes.
Shout out to my boy Ox, you know. Beautiful. He hit me up and contacted me. And then, beautiful connection, by the way, feel me? He's always been a supporter of my music, always had a great connection. And he's like, you know what, let's do it. And once I finally got the push that I needed, I hit him up like, yo, let's shoot a video. And, yeah, it was one of those things that just spontaneously happened. Yeah. Literally, bro. And it was beautiful. The video is going to come out so beautifully, and I'm just excited to see it all, you know, get put out to the world, feel me? So I would definitely say that song in particular is where I am bringing my music, the direction
very
that I'm
positive
going.
music.
Yes, very calm, that fits my kind of vibe, so everything makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Anything else, or?
I do have a project that I'm in the works that I'm trying to get into works coming real soon. You know, once I get everything situated and everything figured out with that, you know, we'll definitely have it coming out and rolling. I'll definitely make sure I get the information out there to the people.
Sounds good, man. Thank you for coming, Lil Elevate.
Yes,
Have a great day.
appreciate you.